Ms. Dallapaloo?
Yes, thank you. I also want to start my report this evening by acknowledging our Dover staff in every capacity in which they serve the district. From custodians and cafeteria workers to teachers and administrators, you have all been understanding, you have been patient and steadfast in your determination to do what is best for our students. And to that, we again say thank you. I want to give a special acknowledgement to those of you that would have spent under normal circumstances today and yesterday saying goodbye to your students in your classrooms and your buildings. These last few days of school are usually filled with laughter and smiles and even some tears as students excitedly say goodbye to their teachers. I know that the scene of excitement that plays out consistently every June in our school buildings, and I guess I just want to acknowledge to you tonight that we know this is a very different close to a school year, that it doesn't feel right, and I get it. But hold on, we will get through this. We will get through this. And we will, once again, continue those long-held traditions that mark the end of a school year. Moving on, for tonight's agenda, you will find an item for approval related to E-rate funding. Both of the district's packages for Category 1 and Category 2 E-rate funding were accepted under USAC with the Universal Service Program for Schools and Libraries. As you know, the Category 1 funds are being used to build a fiber network within the district through a partnership we have with Altice or Optimum. The Category 2 funding is being used to complete the infrastructure rebuild, which includes our new switches and access points throughout the district. Although we will be substantially reimbursed, there will be some cost to the district to complete this work. Also on the agenda tonight for approval is a group of teachers who will serve as this summer's curriculum writers. This work will be done virtually and will be the first step into writing curriculum into our new Atlas system. The supervisors and administrators have been trained on the mechanics of Atlas and also in building a shared understanding of the important pieces that make up a strong core curriculum. These conversations and discussions will continue as we begin the start of the work in July. As the district looks anxiously to the fall, we are gathering various stakeholders to form a reopening committee. The main charge of this committee is to outline several different scenarios for a full reopening, a partial reopening, or potentially a total virtual reopening. The group will bring to the table their individual perspectives regarding different areas of concern for the district. For example, athletics, special education, human resources, and facilities, just to name a few. In addition, we will have teacher representation from every grade span, including elementary, middle, and high school, to ensure that we are addressing teacher and student needs in all of our planning. Parent information will also be gathered through the use of various surveys as the summer months move forward. I want to stress the importance to all of us in understanding that any plan for reopening developed at this point is just that, it's a plan. These will undoubtedly change multiple times as new information and guidance is released from the governor and also our new Commissioner of Education. In addition, we also need to be sensitive to Dover's specific needs and ensure that we are maintaining the health and safety of all of our staff and students. As we have dealt with a lot of changes in COVID-19, we have also had to modify some of our programs now and potentially for the 2021 school year. For example, entrance into our gifted and talented program has had to be tweaked as certain sources of data were not available for this selection process. NJSLS scores and SGO data were not available due to the cancellation of the 1920 testing. This change required us to rely solely on the 2019 test scores as a component for eligibility. At the at the AP capstone level, the program will be most impacted next year due to the loss of this current NJSLA student data. Another area where we have had to pivot in response to COVID has been in the area of music instruction. We are suspending vertical teaching within the music department as that would require staff to travel to the various buildings. This decision also allows a realignment to happen of students and workload within each of the grade bands. Ms. Gaynor Matanti has worked with her department to identify low-risk instruments that we can reintroduce to our students and substitute for those higher risk instruments. We are also looking at virtual instruction platforms that would allow students the ability to continue to practice, even if they are not actually attending an instrument practice with the teacher. Some of the philosophies behind these changes center around sustaining musical skills in areas that our students have shown growth with their previous years of practice and instruction. Another area we are looking at with music specifically is the sterilization of instruments that could be potential carriers for the virus. This would include any instrument that would have direct contact with the student's mouth and would need further disinfection. We are also evaluating how to perform that same type of deep disinfection on athletic equipment and other multiple use items in the district. As plans become more developed, we will keep everyone aware of those procedures as we are following those procedures we are following to ensure students are safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dalapaloo.